Hello and welcome back to our channel. We thank you for joining us on this journey, continuing this journey with us. So today we are going to talk about something. This is especially to help family and friends of loved ones who may have experienced child loss or who may be struggling with infertility. And that is, kind of knowing the triggers and giving them some leeway, giving them some grace, and just, being empathetic to whatever their situation is.
Exactly, because I know that, especially for me, it wouldn't be everybody, but I know that, certain cases would trigger me and kind of send me in a tailspin, as far as like, oh, we're pregnant and we're, man, we got it on the first try and we're having twins. Whoa! And I'd be like,
yeah.
And it just kind of like, breaks you down, but you want to be happy for other people. So I want that to be clear. Just because someone is triggered and your, good fortune, may trigger, an emotional response that you may not be, expecting, that doesn't mean they're not happy for you.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that they don't want to be there for you, but it's that they are dealing with their own trauma, their own, guilt, their own loss, their own, wanting. And so it's hard for them to openly express, their joy for you when they are still currently going through their sorrow. So just like Christi said, a little bit of grace.
Yes.
And, cut them a little bit of slack and they'll get through it. They'll get through it.
Exactly. Those things, like Christi said, they are not mutually exclusive. Like somebody can be overjoyed for you and, the fact that you are, pregnant, that you just had a baby, whatever your celebration is, we can be so happy for you, but also be so sad for ourselves. And so, just kind of, it sounds weird, but just try to understand that, just because, like Christi said, just because they're not expressing in a way that you would, hope or expect them to, doesn't mean that they're not supportive of you or that they're jealous of you or, anything like that. Because, we have had situations where people are just like, oh, that person must be jealous because, it's not happening for them. And that's
I'm not doing backflips because you're pregnant with twins off the first try. I'm happy for you. God bless you. Yes, twins. Woohoo! But, I'm still mourning, my empty womb, and I'm still, waiting in expectation for my turn. And so it has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with me and what I'm going through. And a perfect example, I had a friend who was invited to a baby shower and she declined, to go. And, she said, I'm not ready. I'm not mentally and emotionally prepared to be in that space because my husband and I have been struggling to get pregnant for a while now. And I mean, first, I never thought about it. I never thought about how baby showers could be a trigger. I mean, it seems obvious now, but because, a lot of us try to just push through it, regardless of what we may be going through. But there's some people who sometimes when they are triggered, it is crippling. It's almost like an anxiety attack. And so they can't put themselves in that space and expose themselves to those things, knowing that it would do damage to themselves mentally, emotionally, whatever have you. So I respected her for recognizing that that would be a difficult situation for her. And then for saying, hey, let that person know I love them. I'm going to send a gift, but I'm just not going to be able to be there, and celebrate at this time because of where I am emotionally. And that's a respectful thing. You have to respect someone who is brave enough to come out and say something like that because they don't want to be a Debbie Downer to you. They don't want to be at your baby shower like, looking sad or crying, and then you feel like you got to console them when you're supposed to be celebrating. So I think that there's great strength in people who are willing to admit, like, I'm triggered. I'm gonna step back
and to be honest about it, because they could have easily said, oh, I'm busy that day, and not, open up about why they truly could not make it. And same with me in my situation. Shortly after I lost my son, there were a number of people, very, very close to me that, made their pregnancy announcements. And, initially it was very difficult for me to just, okay, I just lost 2 in a row and, y'all are celebrating a life that you're, you know, going to bring into the world, you know, very soon. And it was difficult for me, but fortunately, I was able to push through and be there for my loved ones. And, you know, some of them I even assisted, you know, planning the baby showers and everything. But that's not everybody's story. Everybody is not able to do that. You know, a lot of people really are not strong enough to do it. And just, you know, like we said, just give a little more grace, be empathetic to whatever it is, even if they're not open and honest about it. Just, you know, kind of reflect on and think about, okay, you know, where are they right now? You know, maybe mentally they're just not, you know, in a place that they can, you know, fully be in celebration mode with you.
Exactly. And for those who empathy doesn't come naturally, I would say, you know, just if you don't understand, try to understand. And if you can't, then let it go. To give that person a little bit of space. And this message is for those who are experiencing the triggering. You know, we don't want you to be so triggered that you clam up and that you seclude yourself from the people who love you. So don't seclude yourself and don't go into your dark corner or your dark hole. You know, be honest and be open. And, you know, hopefully you have that friend, that tribe to lean on, that you can be honest and say, hey guys, this is what I'm going through. And they can rally around you and hold you in that vulnerability. Because one thing you shouldn't do is be alone and wallow in those thoughts and in those emotions, because it's just going to continue to eat at you. So if you are triggered, you know, find solace in a friend or someone that you can confide in, who won't judge you for how you feel, and who, you know, who will kind of hold you in that space and keep space for you as you kind of work through what you're going through.
Yeah. Give your family, your loved ones an opportunity to, you know, understand. So if you can be vocal about it, I know sometimes it is easier to, you know, not really say and just, you know, be really general about, you know, I'm just not mentally in a space, you know, right now, whatever. But, you know, try to be open enough that, you know, they can embrace you. They can, you know, love on you. They can provide you the support that you need, even as you are, you know, trying to wrap your mind around whatever it is.
Exactly. And just, you know, be okay. And and know that, you know, you can be happy for someone, but still be mourning. It's completely normal, and you're not weird, and you're not, you know, a bad person for, you know, because I had a friend who someone told them that, you know, they were expecting, and she's, you know, going through secondary infertility. And she was just like, why would she tell me that? You know, she got upset, but not because she wasn't happy for her, but because, and that other girl doesn't know that she's going through secondary infertility, but it's just kind of like, you never know what mental space someone may be in. But that doesn't mean they don't care and they don't want to hear about your good news, but sometimes it will trigger them and they will get angry, you know, not at you, but maybe at themselves, at the situation, you know, and everything. So all around, give yourself grace. Give your family members grace. And just know that it's okay if you're triggered, but just know what to do. Don't wallow in it, and don't seclude yourself, and be open and honest. Communication is so important.
So key.
Give us the whole story. Give us the whole truth. You know, don't mince any words, and then let's work through it together. So that we hope that in any moment that you become triggered, you know what to do so that you can thrive and you can be well and that you can have the support you need. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. And once again, you're not alone. We're in this together.
Yes.
Bye.